Welcome to Japan, a paradise for retro game enthusiasts and collectors alike, where stores like Hard Off, Book Off, and Hobby Off reign supreme. You can find anything in these junk sections, from consoles to collectibles and games galore. They have it all at a Hard Off store. Come along as we explore the Hard Off Chiba Aeon Marine Specialty Store, and you'll see why they always leave you coming back for more.
Back at the train station now. Need platform 4 to Chiba. We're on the way to the next store. Hard Off, Book Off, Hobby Off. Looks like starts off with deals, so let's get on inside.
Hey man, say man, back at y'all again today man with another Hard Off walkthrough. If you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel because I post videos like this twice a week showing you the best retro game deals I've seen anywhere in Japan. Today we are at Hard Off Chiba Aeon Marine Specialty Store. This store is actually pretty close to the airport, located by NRT in Chiba. It's about a 40-minute train ride, nothing too bad, and it's only about a 40-minute train ride from downtown Tokyo as well. When you first walk in, you can see a wide variety of consoles here in the cabinet, including 2 Pokemon Center exclusives complete in box, being that gold and the Latios and Latios combo. You can tell though, those boys have a hefty price tag to them because they're premium consoles. 200,000 yen, that's a lot of money. They do have a couple copies here of Pokemon Leaf Green. Pokemon Leaf Green does happen to be the last game I need to complete my mainline Pokemon game collection. Neither of these games look in the best condition. The one that's 13,000 yen's a little bit better condition on the box, but all of those have box damage, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to pass on those. But that doesn't mean there are still deals to be had. I did see all these Lexar memory cards down below for an incredibly low price, and then when I came back up to the top, I noticed these Pokemon mini cartridges CIB. With the consoles that play these cartridges getting harder and harder to find by the day, you really don't see CIB games for them that much anymore. I'm curious to see what else they have on the showcases here for Game Boy and DS, and it looks like they do have a pretty wide selection of Pokemon games. Leaf Green and Fire Red, got a loose Pokemon mini game up there, a few UMDs, some loose DS cards. Not too bad of an end cap showcase, but you can see these aisles have a ton of games. Wii U, PS Vita, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 2, any console you can think of, they have games for it here, and I'm really loving this complete in box section here. Look at the beautiful condition of some of these games and consoles. The way they have this aisle displayed is just so elegant. I love the way it looks. All those consoles on the bottom, I mean, could you just imagine if this was your personal collection? It would be mind-blowing. Box Saturns, box Special Edition 64s, those 200,000 yen Game Boy Advances. I mean, this is one incredible store. I love that pocket camera there for the green Game Boy, and you can also see a couple Rumble Pack 64 games behind it, and a ton of loose Special Edition 64s for you to choose from. As low as 10,000 yen, that's not that bad of a price either. This store has a wide variety of prices, some of them being pretty good deals, so you gotta keep your eyes out and see what you can find. One of these days we'll have to pick up a copy of that Mother game, and maybe even a CIB 64, but for today we're gonna go ahead and stay with our loose boys. It was pretty interesting to see a CIB 360 up there because the older Microsoft consoles don't tend to be as popular out here just because Nintendo had such a big influence. Taking a look at the GameCube games, they do have a couple copies of Gale of Darkness XD and a copy of Pokemon Coliseum. It's always good to see those here at the Hard Offs, especially when they are under 10,000 yen. Got a couple more loose cards here that aren't in the showcase, and anytime you see some loose cards like that, guys, don't sleep on them. Be sure to flip through. I mean, if Pokemon's your thing, you can see that gold hanging right there on the front, staring you in the eye, and plenty more behind it. They really do have a ton, and it's not just Game Boy. They have some 64 cards as well, so give me a minute. I'm going to flip through some of these cartridges, then we'll get back to it and finish out the walkthrough of this store. Their camera case actually happened to be attached right here to the game section as well. And anytime I see a camera case, I love to take a stop and look and see what we can find in there. I am a Lumix user, so anytime I see a good deal on a lens, I like to jump on it, and you can find some pretty good deals here at these hard offs sometimes. Let's make our way back through the game section one more time. I want to show you guys a little bit more of these consoles that they have here on the wall. As soon as you first walk into this store, I almost overlooked this wall because it just borders the entryway, kind of sections off the hard off and the off stores from the rest of the mall, because this store is located in the mall. And you can tell they have a ton of consoles, CIB boxed original consoles right here at incredible prices. Now, of course, my two favorite things in this case have to be these Game Boy Advances. I would love to own either one of those someday, complete in box. What a dream. Those are incredible consoles to see. Love to see the Hello Kitty edition of anything as well, and you do have the Hello Kitty edition pocket and color both in the same case here. I am a Wii collector too, so anytime I see a Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Toad, any of the controllers, I like to scoop them up. The DS cabinet was no slouch either. One of the personal favorite games of mine and consoles do happen to be that DS Lite, Dialga, and Palkia Special Edition. This store has a massive amount of DS games too. I mean, just look at it. Every time I walk in this section, it definitely stops me in my tracks. 3DS and DS games from top to bottom of these shelves. It is mind-blowing to see them all and take them in, and if you're like me, just starting to learn Japanese, it takes you a while to pick up on some of the words you're seeing here on these game cases when you're just reading them from the back of the spine. They got a ton of other PS games on this shelf too, but for now I think I want to go ahead and show you guys the rest of this store. Take a look at some of the collectibles, and I know they have a good assortment of Pokemon cards at this store too. One of the things I like to do is look for a Salamence or Luxray plush. Those are my two favorite Pokemon, so anytime I can find a plush for one of those guys, I do like to pick it up. And you also gotta love going through the gacha walls and seeing everything like Bakugan and Beyblades and every other collectible you could ever dream of that people have got from the gacha just on display for you to buy, loose and solo. I love looking through those walls. A bunch of these toys are 100 yen or less. Some of these go as high as $5, but for the most part on these collectible walls, you can find some really affordable priced toys. You also see a ton of different figures. I'm not a big figure collector. I honestly don't own any figures that aren't Pokemon related, so I'm not the best to tell you about these figures, but we can take a look at some of these Pokemon cards. That's something that I do know a little bit about, and they have a couple good cabinets here at this store. I'm primarily a vintage collector, and I love stuff specifically like these here, the e-reader cards. Also do love trainer cards, and Porygon is one of my favorite. Now you can see this cabinet has a ton of stuff like a Koro Pikachu. You have a base set alley in there, an assortment of Lugias, a ton of e-readers, some Team Rocket cards. This was before Destined Rivals, so to see Team Rocket stuff is always a fire. Look at the amount of Charizards they had too, really just in a whole line right there. Varying condition, varying prices. Some of these cards are honestly pretty good deals. You really got to take your time when you're going through these cabinets, looking at all the cards, and that's something that I don't do at every store just because it takes a lot of time. And if you are a big collector like I am, it's another one of those sections you can probably spend all day in comping prices, doing your research, and seeing what you can pick up for a good deal, better than what you would have found back at home. Some of these cards that are in Japanese are often cheaper than the English or other language counterparts, so hey, if you get lucky and you're just collecting the artwork for some of the cards that you want, you can pick them up when you're there in Japan if you don't mind them being in a foreign language. Before we wrap up this video, guys, there's one last thing we gotta do. You know, all the games, all the Pokemon cards, all the collectibles are nice, but I know you want to see the junk section, guys, so let's make our way on over to the junk section. Now, if you don't know, Hard Off, Book Off, and many off-branded stores have what's called a junk section. Here in the junk section, you can find various items from anything that they sell in their inventory. So let's say anything from a spatula to a DVD player or even a Super Nintendo system, you can probably find it here in the junk section. When an item has made it to the junk section, it's normally here for various reasons. Some of these items have almost full functionality. They might just have a screen blemish like a scratch or a crack. Some of these items just turn out to be flawless, and it makes you wonder why they ever even made it to the junk section in the first place. And some of these items are completely broken that happen to be good parts units for you to recycle and refurbish consoles that you have. Either way, anytime you visit a hard off store, do not sleep on the junk section. That's a must browse for any time you have some extra time at a store, especially a hard off store. Now in this specific section, you could tell they had iPods, a couple PS Vitas and DS's there in their showcase, and this is all of their junk section as well. A ton of stacked consoles, games from Wii U, DS, some old vinyls, and a lot of these things have fair pricings. And now the systems did have the prices as marked, but stuff like the controllers were all banded. They use a rubber band system here from 110, 330, and 550 yen. Those are the three prices, and the color of the rubber bands indicates the price value of said item. You can tell they had a ton of different items here, and the banners right here under the CIB consoles indicate that price chart that I was telling you about. This is what's cool about the junk section. Guys, if you're just missing an accessory, let's say a cable, or if you need the screen component of a Wii U and you still have your disk drive, or maybe you just need a controller or a piece off a controller because yours is broken, you might be able to find something here in the bins. These bins, you're not going to find stuff every single day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're always a gold mine, but if you're someone who likes to refurbish your own gear, or you just simply don't mind if your product isn't in the top 100% condition, I highly recommend you guys checking out the junk section. They really have a little bit of everything in here, guys. If you've been watching this channel for quite some time, it's no secret around here that I'm a huge fan of off-branded stores. From anything like Hard Off, Book Off, Off House, even Suragaya, Furuhan Ichiban, Book Market, and many more that aren't mainstream branded. These stores are hidden gems for you to find throughout your trip on Japan. If you are into retro games, designer clothing, really anything you can think of, and you don't mind thrifting and getting stuff at a second hand and often a cheaper price than you would find it elsewhere, I'd highly encourage you to check out these stores. Thank you so much for watching this video, but that's gonna bring us to the end of this walkthrough. Chances are if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like these too, so go check them out, and until next time, I'll be out this thing. Peace!